Good afternoon, Captain.
For QN 81011, landing runway 02, departing runway 0220, transition level 150, 5G notice in effect, advise on initial contact, you have information Victor. Turbovan apart information Victor, 10482, wind 270 at 8, few clouds at 1500, few clouds at 2500. Scattered at 3000, ceiling 10,000 broken, temperature 23, depth 0.14, crew and 81011, landing runway 02, departing runway 0220, transition level 150, 5G notice in effect, advise on initial contact, you have information Victor. Turbovan apart information Victor, 10482, wind 270 at 8, few clouds at 1500, few clouds at 2500, scattered at 3000, ceiling 10,000 broken, temperature 23, depth 0.14, crew and 81011, landing runway 02, departing runway 0220, transition level 150, 5G notice in effect, advise on initial contact, you have information Victor. Turbovan apart information Victor, 10482, wind 270 at 8, few clouds at 1500, few clouds at 2500, scattered at 3000, ceiling 10,000.
Hotel Air 774, looking to pick up our clearance to Paro.
Luton Air 774, Kathmandu ground, expect runway 20 degrees 1 echo departure with a Kinti transition, squawk 4155.
Degrees 1 echo departure with the Kinti transition, squawk 4155, Luton Air 774.
Luton Air 774 will read back correct, call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Luton Air 774.
Luton Air 859 ready to pick by FR clearance to Bahawal. Luton Air 859, Kathmandu ground, expect runway 20 dark 1 alpha departure with an transition, squawk 0036. Squawk 1 Alpha departure with the Terrain transition, squawk 0036, Buddha Air 859.
Buddha Air 859, Buddha correct, call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Roger, that is Buddha Air 859. Buddha Air 859, at ramp Delta 13, request pushback.
Buddha Air 859, Kathmandu ground, pushback and engine start approved, face south.
Pushback and engine start approved, face south, Buddha Air 859.
Computer is programmed, except for the SIDS and stars. I'm going to perform the walk around now.
Buddha Air 859, ready to taxi to the active.
Buddha Air 859, runway 20 taxi via Golf Alpha.
Alright, clear taxi to runway 20 via Golf Alpha, Buddha Air 859.
Buddha Air 859, contact Swindle Tower 118.1.
Over to Tower 118.1, Buddha Air 859.
Be advised the information waste in our current QNH1011.
539, request IFR clearance to Samara.
AD Airline 539, Kathmandu ground, exit runway 20, dark 1 Alpha departure, Samara transition, squawk 1764.
Dark 1 Alpha departure, Samara transition, squawk 1764. AD Airlines 539.
AD Airline 539, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Wave book AD Airlines 539. AD Airlines 539, ramp 3 right, request pushback and engine start.
AD Airline 539, Kathmandu ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, AD Airlines 539.
No issues with the aircraft.
AD Airlines 539, request taxi to the active.
AD Airlines 539, runway 20, taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short, runway 20.
Runway 20, taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short, runway 20, AD Airlines 539.
AD Airline 539, cross runway 20 at Juliet, continue taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha.
Cross runway 20 at Juliet, continue taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, AD Airlines 539.
Vistaro 156, request IFR clearance to India Bondi.
Vistaro 156, Kathmandu ground, expect runway 20, dark 1 Alpha departure, Terrain transition, squawk 3235.
Dark 1 Alpha departure, Terrain transition, squawk 3235, Vistaro 156.
Vistaro 156, read correct, call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wheel code Vistaro 156.
I'm ready for the briefing, Captain.
Vistaro 156, attempt to request pushback.
Vistaro 156, Kathmandu ground, pushback approved, face north.
Pushback and engine start approved and face north, Vistaro 156.
AD Airlines 539, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.1, AD Airlines 539, have a good afternoon.
Visit F559, request IFR clearance to Samara Airport. To the Air 559, Kathmandu ground, expect runway 20, Dark 1 Alpha departure, Samara transition, squawk 3401. Dark 1 Alpha departure, Samara transition, squawk 3401. To the Air 559. To the Air 559, read that correct, call me back when ready for start or taxi. Roger that, to the Air 559. To the Air 559, run for right, request pushback. Butte Air 559, Kathmandu ground, pushback and engine start approved, face west. Pushback approved to southwest, Builder Air 559. Builder Air 509 ready to copy IFR clearance to checkpoint. Builder Air 509, Kathmandu ground, expect runway 20, Egress 1 Alpha departure, Lalbit transition, squawk 2211. Egress 1 Alpha departure, Lalbit transition, squawk 2211, Builder Air 509. Builder Air 509, read back correct, call me back when ready for start or taxi. Roger that, Builder Air 509. Builder Air 509, at ramp Delta 14, request pushback and engine start. Builder Air 509, Kathmandu ground, pushback approved, face south. Pushback approved, face south, Builder Air 509. Air 559, request taxi to the active. Builder Air 559, runway 20, taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short, runway 20. Runway 20 via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short, runway 20, Builder Air 559.
This Paro 156 is ready to taxi to the active.
Paro 156, runway 20, taxi via Foxtrot, Alpha.
Runway 20 via Foxtrot, Alpha, Paro 156.
Builder Air 559, cross runway 20 at Juliet, continue taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha. Cross 20 at Juliet, continue via Juliet, Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, Builder Air 559. Builder Air 509, taxi for departure. Builder Air 509, runway 20, taxi via Golf, Alpha. Runway 20 via Golf, Alpha, Builder Air 509. Builder Air 509, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1, bye-bye. Contact Tower 118.1, Builder Air 509, bye-bye. Builder Air 136, ramp Delta 7, taxi via Alpha Golf. Over to ramp Delta 7, taxi via Alpha Golf, Builder Air 136. Builder Air 559, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1. Contact Tower 118.1, Builder Air 559, have a good afternoon. Builder 156, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1, have a good afternoon.
Over to Tower 118.1, Paro 156, have a
This
good
will be a
afternoon.
standard departure brief. Any questions, feel free to interrupt. We are departing. Victor, November, Kilo, Tango, on runway 20. Our initial altitude is 10,000 feet. We'll expect clearance to 35,000 feet. Weather at departure is clear. No significant changes since dispatch. The departure runway length is 10,000 feet. Using 5-8 thrust. These speeds are V1 138 VR 139er V2 144. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet. In the event of an issue before V1, I will call reject and take control of the aircraft. If we have an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, positive rate gear up, and fly the standard departure profile. Any issues, I'll fly, and you run the checklists. I will handle the controls until at least 1,000 feet. After that, We can discuss auto flight or hand flying as needed. Standard callouts as per SOP. Any questions?
No questions, sounds good. I'll monitor V-speeds, call out deviations, and be ready to assist in case of any issues. Ready for departure. Ready to run the checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Buddha Air 135 on our way to Addons.
1 kilograms.
Buddha Air 135 Kathmandu ground. Expect runway 20
Seatbelt
degrees 1
signs.
Alpha departure.
On.
Aerial transition squawk 3365.
Adir selectors.
Degrees 1 Alpha departure.
Now.
Aerial transition squawk 3365.
Altimeters.
Buddha Air 135.
1
Buddha Air 135 will read the correct.
Check.
Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
FMGS.
Roger that. Buddha Air 135.
Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Buddha Air 135 ramp Delta 7 request pushback and engine start. Buddha Air 135 Kathmandu ground pushback and engine start approved face north. Pushback approved to face north. Buddha Air 135. Buddha Air 255 ready to copy IAFR clearance to the AD. Buddha Air 255 Kathmandu ground expect runway 20.1 golf departure micro transition squawk 0315. Dot 1 golf departure micro transition squawk 0315 Buddha Air 255. Buddha Air 255 repeat correct call me back when ready for stop or taxi. Roger that Buddha Air 255. Buddha Air 255 at ramp Delta 15 request pushback. Buddha Air 255 Kathmandu ground pushback and engine start approved face south. Pushback and engine start approved face south Buddha Air 255.
Can you ask the ground crew to disconnect the GPU?
Buddha Air 135 request taxi to the active. Buddha Air 135 runway 20 taxi via Golf Alpha. Runway 20 taxi via Golf Alpha Buddha Air 135. Buddha Air 135 contact the front to tower 118.1 bye-bye. Contact tower 118.1 Buddha Air 135 airport good afternoon.
Before start checklist.
Hello, Captain. We
Parking
are ready
brake.
for pushback.
On.
Takeoff speeds. V1. 138. VR. 139er. V2. 144.
Checked.
Doors.
Closed.
Beacon lights.
Bypass pin inserted.
Before start checklist completed.
Runway 20 taxi vehicle Alpha. Runway 20 taxi vehicle Alpha Buddha Air 255. Buddha Air 255. Contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1 bye-bye. Over to Tower 118.1 Buddha Air 255.
Terrain Air 774, ramp 10, request pushback.
Buddha Air 774 Kathmandu ground pushback and engine start approved face north.
Locking gear.
Pushback and engine start approved face north. Terrain Air 774.
Yeah, the airline 573 ready to pick IFR clearance to Jackpot. Yeah, the airline 573 Kathmandu ground expect runway 20 egress 1 Alpha departure with the level transition squawk 4400. Egress 1 Alpha departure with the level transition squawk 4400. Yeah, the airline 573. Yeah, the airline 573 reback correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi. Vehicle, yeah, the airline 573.
Parking brake off.
Commencing push.
AD Airline
All
573,
engines clear. Start
ground
and
Delta
clear.
4, request pushback and engine start. AD Airline 573, Kathmandu ground pushback and engine start approved phases. Pushback and engine start approved phases. AD Airline 573.
Please set parking brakes.
AD Airline 573, request taxi to the active. AD Airline 573, runway 20 taxi via Golf Alpha. Runway 20 via Golf Alpha. AD Airline 573. AD Airline 573, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1, bye-bye. Contact Tower 118.1, AD Airline 573.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
All engines stabilized. After start checklist. ECAM status.
Checked.
Trim.
Set.
After start checklist completed.
Lieutenant Air 774, taxi for departure.
Lieutenant Air 774, runway 20, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Runway 20, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha, Lieutenant Air 774.
Parking brake off. Taxi checklist. Flight control test. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down.
Checked.
Flaps.
Set.
Weather radar.
On.
Engine mode.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the flight deck. On behalf of the entire flight crew, welcome on board. For our departure, a couple of light bumps are possible. Rest assured, your crew will work to maintain a comfortable flight. Once again, welcome on board.
Udon Air 774, contact Kathmandu Tower 118.1.
Contact Tower 118.1, Lieutenant Air 774. Have a good afternoon. Lieutenant Air 774, ready for departure. Runway 20.
Udon Air 774, Kathmandu Tower, wind 250 at 7, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Lieutenant Air 774.
Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway.
Checked.
TCAS.
Set.
PAX.
Set.
Cabin crew.
Notify.
On runway
Lineup
02.
checklist completed. Stabilized.
Traffic.
Man flex. SRS.
Thrust set. .100 knots.
Checked.
Contact Kathmandu departure 125.1.
Contact Kathmandu departure 125.1.
Autopilot on.
Air 774. Kathmandu departure, Bhutan Air 774.
Acceleration altitude.
5,600 feet.
Bhutan Air 774 Kathmandu departure. Identified you. Climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Bhutan Air 774.
Autopilot on.
Flaps up.
Flaps up. Passing 10,000 feet.
Contact Kathmandu radar 124.7.
Contact Kathmandu radar 124.7, Bhutan Air 774. Kathmandu radar, Bhutan Air 774, good afternoon. Climbing on 4,500 feet for flight level 170, direct pay 9008.
Airlines 539, contact Samar Tower 118.3, bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.3, NDA line 539, have a good afternoon.
Bhutan Air 774, Kathmandu radar, good afternoon, identified you, climb to flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Bhutan Air 774.
Airlines 573, number 1 Charlie, runway 09, report ready for descent.
Number 1 Charlie, runway 09, ready for descent. Air Airlines 573.
Airline 573, descend to flight level 075.
Descend to flight level 075, Airline 573.
Airline 573, expect on now runway 09 over the mega transition.
Expect on now runway 09 with the mega transition, Airline 573.
Transition altitude.
Turn left, heading 125, passenger base 199.
plane has leveled off at its designated altitude. We're not anticipating any issues and hope to arrive on time. However, if something unexpected pops up, we'll be sure to let you know. Welcome aboard. All set for the briefing, Captain.
Approach briefing. We will be landing at Victor, Quebec, Papa, Romeo, on runway 15. Addons information is current. Winds. Victor, Romeo, Bravo, at 02. We are flying the visual approach. The final approach course is 150. The minimum altitude is 200. Our approach speed 123. In case of a go-around, standard missed approach procedure will be followed. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet. Then clean up and follow ATC instructions. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor VRF speed and call out deviations. Ready for landing.
BTN774, approach air top of descent, ready for descent.
Air774, Paro Airport landing runway 33.
Paro Airport, landing runway 33, Lieutenant Air774.
Air 408, contact Kathmandu approach 120.6.
Contact Kathmandu approach 120.6 with Air 408.
Lieutenant Air774, request runway change.
Air774, unable runway change at this time.
Contact Docker Control 125.75634.
schönes Wasser.
Approach 121 Decimal 1.8482. Center on 124.7, Battery 8026 heavy.
From the flight deck, we've started our descent and expect to arrive at the gate in 20 to 25 minutes. It's been a pleasure having you on board with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again on a future flight. Approach checklist. Altimeters. 1013.
Checked.
Seatbelt signs.
On.
Minimums.
Turn left
2,
heading
0,
905
0.
Vistar
Check.
737.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Engine mode.
Set.
Approach checklist completed.
Runway 04 Delta Alpha Foxtrot.
Descend to flight level 140, Vistar 737.
QNH1011, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 04 Delta Alpha Foxtrot. Contact lighting control 123.9 on Delta Alpha Foxtrot.
Contact control, Spider 8939, flight level 360.
Radar vectors ILS runway 04, ready for descent, Air India 743. Tulyal Airport, landing runway 04, Air India 743. QNH1011, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 04, Air India 743.
Transition altitude.
Set.
We felt light icing starting on the wings and windshield frame.
Flight level 310.
Center on 120, December 1 Align 757, avoid good altitude.
Forward control, I fly to 63, flight level 359.
Flaps 3.
Control, Airport 184 heavy, flight level 3090.
Flaps full. Approach mode on. Landing checklist. Missed altitude.
Set.
Spoilers.
Armed.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed. Speed brake armed.
Turn left, heading 055, intercept 02, localize at 36816.
Watch the airspeed.
Wi-Fi controllers. I fly 6344, flight level 326.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Flight level 280. I flight 6344. Descent to 5,700 feet. QNH 1005. I flight 6344. Left, heading 050, intercept 02, localizer, I fly 6344.
Hundred above. Minimum 500. 300.
Minimums.
Retard.
checklist. Weather radar.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Contact Kathmandu, radar 124.7, I fly 263.
Parking brake on. Parking checklist. Parking brake.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
gentlemen, from the flight and passengers on behalf of the entire airline, thank you for flying with us and wishing you a wonderful day. Let me turn row and help you to your board again. Thank you.
Turnaround flight detected.
Ready for the afternoon leg, boss.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Are we ready to program the route?
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Boarding requested.
Would you mind checking the SIDS and stars?
Baton Air 773, request
I'm going to
IFR
perform the
clearance
walk
to
around
Cuba
now.
and airport.
Cabin crew, fuel is on board.
Tucson Air773, Paro Tower, expect runway 15, climb 3,000 feet on runway center line, then expect radar vector subside squawk 4504.
Expect runway 15. Climb 3,000 feet on runway center lane, then expect radar vector subsu. Squawk 4504, Bhutan Air 773.
Bhutan Air 773, back correct, call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Bhutan Air 773.
No issues with the aircraft. Standing by for the briefing.
This will be a standard departure brief. Any questions, feel free to interrupt. We are departing. Victor, Beck, Papa, Romeo, on runway. Free. Our initial altitude is 14,000 feet. We'll expect clearance to 36,000 feet. Weather at departure is clear. No significant changes since dispatch. The departure runway length is 7,500 feet. These speeds are V1, 135 VR, 145 V2, 156. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet. In the event of an issue before V1, I will call reject and take control of the aircraft. If we have an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, positive rate gear up, and fly the standard departure profile. Any issues, I'll fly, and you run the checklists. I will handle the controls until at least 1,000 feet. After that, we can discuss auto flight or hand flying as needed. Standard callouts as per SOP. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor V-speeds, call out deviations, and be ready to assist in case of any issues. Ready for departure.
Schönes Fahrzeug. Ja, ja, so. Würde ich auch gerne. Mal einlegen. Also, ja, ja, auf jeden Fall.
Ready for the checklist.
Schönes Fahrzeug. Ja, ja, so. Würde ich auch gerne. Mal einlegen. Also, ja, ja, auf jeden Fall. Turbulance Turbulence ja, ja, genau. Würde ich auch gerne. Und nach Hause. Also, ja, ja, auf jeden Fall. Also, weil ich
Pre-flight checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Fuel. 5 kilograms.
Checked.
Seatbelt signs.
On.
Adhere selectors.
Nav.
Altimeters. 1012.
Checked.
FMGS.
Set.
Pre-flight checklist completed. Before start checklist. ECAM status.
Checked.
Trim.
Set.
Before start checklist completed.
Obtain Air 773 ready for departure, runway 15.
Bhutan Air 773, backtrack runway 15, call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 15, call when ready, Bhutan Air 773.
After start checklist. ECAM status.
Checked.
Turnaround flight detected.
Ready for the afternoon leg boss. Can you ask the ground crew to disconnect the GPU? Before start checklist. Parking brake.
On.
Takeoff speeds. V1. 1, 3, IV. VR. 1, 4, IV. V2. 1, IV. 6.
Checked.
Departure checks completed.
Doors.
Bypass been inserted.
Closed.
Beacon lights.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Bhutan Air 773 at Gate 1, request pushback.
Bhutan Air 773, Paro Tower pushback approved, face northwest.
Pushback, approved, face northwest, Bhutan Air 773.
Logging here. Release parking brake. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wind.
All engines stabilized. After start checklist. ECAM status.
Checked.
Trim.
Set.
After start checklist completed.
Bhutan Air 773, request taxi to the active.
Bhutan Air 773, runway 15, taxi to discretion.
Runway 15, taxi at my discretion, Bhutan Air 773.
Taxi checklist. Flight control test. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down.
Checked.
Flaps.
Set.
Weather radar.
On.
Engine mode.
Set.
Ecam memo. Ecam memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the flight deck. On behalf of the entire flight crew, welcome on board. For our departure, a couple of light bumps are possible. Rest assured, your crew will work to maintain a comfortable flight. Once again, welcome on board.
On runway 33.
Air 773, ready for departure. Runway 15.
Tucson Air 773, Paro Tower 1160 at 7, fly runway heading runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading runway 15, cleared for takeoff. Tucson Air 773.
Watch the ground
On
speed.
runway 15.
knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
On air 773%,
400 feet.
Squawk 4504, Baton Air 773.
Autopilot on.
1,000.
Acceleration altitude. Flaps 2. Passing 10,000 feet. Flaps 1. Autopilot on. Flaps up. Transition altitude.
Checked.
Bhutan Air 773, contact Guwahati Control 123.9.
Center on 123.9. Bhutan Air 773. Guwahati Control, Bhutan Air 773, flight level 194.
Bhutan Air 773 in Guwahati Control. Good afternoon. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 360.
Climb to flight level 360, Bhutan Air 773.
Bhutan Air 773, contact Kolkata Control 120.1.
Contact Kolkata Control 120.1, Bhutan Air 773. Kolkata Control, Bhutan Air 773, flight level 218.
Bhutan Air 773, Kolkata Control, radar contact. Flight 925, flight present heading, climb to flight level 319.
Flight present heading, climb to flight level 319, IS flight 925.
direct back down route, with my own navigation, Bhutan Air 773.
reached our cruising altitude. We hope you enjoyed today's flight. We'll certainly do our best to make it as enjoyable as possible. When the seatbelt sign is off, you're free to get up and move about the cabin. However, when seated, please keep your seatbelts fastened as turbulence can occur at any time. Thanks again and welcome aboard. All set for the briefing, Captain.
flying the ILS approach. The final approach course is 2-1. The minimum altitude is 2-0-0. Our approach speed 1-3-4. In case of a go-around, standard missed approach procedure will be followed. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet. Then clean up and follow ATC instructions. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor VRF speed and call out deviations. Ready for landing.
Bhutan S773